These are the best Christmas episodes in Family Guy. Kicking it off with Roll to the North Pole. The town is singing about everything they want for Christmas, and I'm not gonna lie, they was hitting it. But a lot of the things they wanted didn't make sense.
I just want some colored Easter eggs.
She don't even know what holiday it is. Brian takes Stewie to see Mall Santa at the Quahog Mall. The line is long and Stewie spots Quagmire with the kid. Brian's hesitant, but he puts on his charm.
Hope you've been a good boy this year.
That little guy is my niece, Abby, you douche. Her hair's short because of the chemotherapy. Uh-oh. Do you know how much talking it took to get her out of the house because of her no hair?
See, Brian, that relationship with Quagmire is never getting fixed. And now, everyone in line is mad at Brian, and he has to go to the back of the line. Stewie ends up missing Santa Claus. He asks Brian to bring him to the North Pole to see Santa, and he's pissed. Of course, Brian doesn't want to go. That is until Quagmire called, and his niece is now in the ICU.
Quagmire just called. He's really upset. It doesn't sound like he wants us there for some reason, but we should go anyway.
All right, let's go to the North Pole.
Brian takes him to the North Pole Carnival, and Stewie is not falling for it.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Y'all's ready to kick it in some fine North Pole gear?
Brian, why does the North Pole have black teenagers?
He asks Brian to take him to the real North Pole so he could kill Santa Claus. Brian doesn't want to take him.
Stewie?
Say yes to life, Brian!
Brian, how did you not notice him walking away? Who was you talking to? Stewie accidentally shoots a flare gun in a car and causes a huge multi-vehicle car crash.
Oh my god, Stewie, you alright? What the hell happened?
Just some stupid stuff went down.
Brian tells him Santa's not real.
Who else isn't real? You gonna tell me that Elmo isn't real? Huh? SpongeBob? Is he not real, Brian? Is SpongeBob not there at the bottom of the ocean giving Squidward the business? Educate yourself, you fool.
Stewie bargains with Brian to take him to the real North Pole.
When Lois does that middle-of-the-night feeding where she doesn't even open her eyes or really wake up, I'll let you take that one for me, Brian.
Are you serious?
Quite.
Brian agrees and his car doesn't start. A truck driver gives Stewie and Brian his Jetmobile, all of his money, and a leg for some reason. That's Canadian hospitality. They continue their journey and they run out of gas. They go to a cabin 2 miles down and they sleep there. The next morning, they continue to the North Pole for Stewie to kill Santa Claus.
We made it, Brian! The North Pole! See? Boom! Right there! I told you, this is where Santa Claus lives.
Stewie knocks on a door.
I'm Stewie Griffin, and I'm going to kill you!
Oh, thank God.
They find out Santa's dying. The man has gotten too high for anyone at the North Pole to keep up. He explains it all to them through song, and obviously for copyright purposes, I can't play it, but just know the song's fire.
Shove your list up your butt because Christmas time is killing us.
See? He's dying, and Brian and Stewie agree to deliver all the presents. The deer aren't moving, and they need elf flesh to get them moving.
Okay. Bye.
They get to the first house and they leave the presents in the sleigh.
Oh crap, on the roof?
No, it's in the yard.
They lock themselves out of the house and have to break into the house. Brian eats the cookies and pours the milk on the carpet. The father comes downstairs and catches them in the house.
Story. What the hell did you do?
He was gonna call the cops, man! You can't call the cops on Santa! Now help me move this guy's body!
Stewie and Brian ties him up in the closet. The wife comes down and Stewie hits her with the bat and they tie the daughter up only to realize they're in the wrong house.
It's already ruined! This was one house! We've been here for an hour and a half! An hour and First of all, we're not even Santa anymore. This has been a home invasion.
They leave before the cops get there and realize it's impossible to deliver all those presents to everyone in the world. Brian and Stewie bring Santa into the news station and explains to everyone that they need to stop being so demanding. People understand, and Santa is once healthy again. Next up is Christmas is Coming. The family's at Meg and Chris's school concert.
Winter killed our child, medicine was rare. He ran outside in his bare feet and then he died right there.
I don't remember any of that being in the literature that I grew up with, but hey. Lois asks Meg to take Stewie to the mall to meet Santa.
Great, now why don't you go warm up the car for your little brother? She's gone. Quick, let's take the picture. picture for the Christmas card.
While she's out starting the car, they decide to take the family Christmas photo without her. What a piece of shit this family is. All that for Peter to send the wrong photo to Walgreens. At the mall, Stewie's on Santa's lap and he's scared for whatever reason. Look, I know he's a baby, but literally in the last segment, he was trying to kill Santa. But anywho, he cries and Meg sits on Santa's lap and he's bouncing his knee and...
Shut up, everyone! Shut up! Shut up! Just shut up!
Okay, that's gross. But with the look on her face, I'm sure you can guess what happened. She then dreams about Santa and it is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. See, you got me cussing on Christmas. Lois wakes Meg up and they talk and Lois tells her to go for it. But in Lois' defense, she doesn't know she's talking about Mall Santa. Stewie's at the table and looking the way he's looking, I say rightfully so. Brian's trying his best to tell him what happened.
I can't tell you explicitly since we're owned by Disney, but let me just say that Santa made her Little Mermaid Moana.
They have a hat for that? I'm lame, I just use a toilet. That's gross, Peter. Meg comes looking for Stewie to go sit on Santa's lap again.
Wait, Rupert, after what I saw, I know you've been faking it this whole time.
Okay, that just confirmed he has sex with a stuffed animal, but I mean, at this point, who hasn't? Meg gets on Santa's lap and it's freaking Peter. And look at Stewie, he runs the hell off, and look, I don't even blame him. He's at the ice cream parlor. Meg comes and finds him.
Hello again? Hi. That's the guy that was peeing in the women's bathroom.
Wow. Meg takes Stewie to another mall and creeps the mall Santa out and gets thrown out. And Stewie is trying to drown himself in the mall fountain. And at this point, there's no other options. Lois picks Meg and Stewie up from the mall and they have a girl talk. And honestly, I couldn't relate.
I wonder what I'll see on my first time.
Stewie gets it. Brian breaks into Stewie's room and he tries to help him not hate Christmas.
Don't want people just coming in whenever.
All Stewie could worry about is Santa breaking into his room. And he asks for a new dog, so yeah, just spit in Brian's face.
Oh my God, Santa! I want a new dog!
Oh, come on!
Chris, you're reaching, buddy.
There you are. I had a hell of a time finding your room.
You bought the damn house. How don't you know where Meg's room is? Peter tries to talk to her, and even though his ADHD took over, he still tried to be a good dad. However, his advice for Meg was to find her Santa, and honestly, she just goes out and commit multiple assaults. She runs into the real Santa and tries to assault him too.
Trying to give you a heartwarming message of Christmas joy.
He has a heart-to-heart with her as best as he could, and she ends up going behind a truck to go pee. What the hell? Next is the 2,000-year-old virgin. The Griffins are out shopping at the mall. Peter's shopping to be a creep, and Meg was offered a job.
Let me just take off these security tags for you.
Peter sees a massage chair and he loves it.
Peter, this chair costs $3,000.
That's not so much, Lois. It's only infinity times what you bring home every week.
And isn't your dad rich as fuck? Lois sees Jesus and he seems depressed. Like, yeah, Jesus Christ. Peter goes to Jesus' apartment.
Hey, Peter, come on in. Mi casa, it's, I don't know Spanish.
Huh. I think half the world would be surprised to know that.
Not gonna lie, I'm with Peter on this.
Yeah, this is not too good.
Yeah, it's crap. Peter feels bad and he wants to throw Jesus a birthday party. They're all at the Clam and they're trying to come up with a theme and they find out Jesus is a virgin because, yeah, why wouldn't he be? Lois tells Peter to be gentle and not ruin the moment with Jesus. Jesus is on a speed date.
So where do you live?
Everywhere, all places, hopefully inside you.
This is kind of embarrassing, but are you okay with someone who smokes?
Oh yeah. Are you okay with someone who wanders the desert lecturing people on how to act?
So, are you having a good Friday?
Oh, is that supposed to be funny? Shut your mouth, bitch.
Yeah, he just blows it. Peter tries to get Jesus on the internet, but he has a lot of inappropriate and illegal things on his laptop and has to dispose of it in the ocean. And honestly, I think that's the best place for it. Lois tells Peter she'll talk to him.
Don't look, don't look, don't look!
Finally, someone who actually cares about Christmas this episode. Lois tells Jesus to be himself.
Thanks, Lois. That's the second best advice anyone's ever given me.
I don't know, man. Jesus, Hitler, Christ sounds weird.
Wow, just gonna cut it off there. Jesus comes and he tells Peter that he wants to have sex with Lois. Peter is hesitant, as he should be, but then he gives in to a Brookstone massage chair. Cause yeah, why not? Peter tells Lois what Jesus wants to do. She's hesitant.
Lois, let's not play the blame game. Clearly there's been a lot of cheating on both sides, but the point is, where do we go from here?
His logic seems concerning. In the end, Lois agrees to do it.
Boy, this must be killing you. You're an atheist, and the one guy you don't believe in is getting to bang the woman of your dreams.
You know what? I don't have to sit here and take this. I'm out of here. Can you let me outside?
Ha! Peter tries to relax and he comes to his senses and wants to stop Lois and Jesus.
What?
Yeah, Jesus did the same thing to my wife Christmas before last and my buddy's wife the year before that.
What the hell? But he's so lonely.
Nah, he just acts lonely and lies about being a virgin so he can get with guys' wives.
Peter runs out and he slips. He steals a kid's sled and he hurries to the Park Barrington Hotel. He finds out Lois didn't do it. She cares a lot about their marriage.
Lois, let's not play the blame game. Clearly there's been a lot of cheating on both sides, but the point is, where do we go from here?
Bravo, Peter. Lois, seems like you folks learned the lesson I intended.
Oh, good save. Good save. And Rupert's cheating on Stewie with Adam West.
I'm gonna let that teddy bear go all the way.
Next is Christmas Guy. Lois wants to take everyone to the Christmas carnival at the Quahog Mall.
Stewie's first Christmas.
Again?
Thank you. They get there and there's no Christmas carnival. They decide to ask the mall cop.
Excuse me, sir?
It's officer.
No, it's not. It's barely, sir.
I mean, Stewie's upset about the Christmas carnival and he's spazzing out at home. Ironically, only Meg, of course. Vinny tells everyone that Carter canceled the Christmas carnival. Peter goes down to Pewterschmidt Industries to find out Carter hates Christmas. And it's mostly because he hasn't received any gifts. But honestly, who would give him anything? Peter wants to help Carter get in the Christmas mood.
Gonna be, why did you kill Christmas? And I want the carnival back too. You know I'm usually...
Stewie just made out with a snowman. He's that mad. He blew the damn town up. Peter's plans aren't working. I don't even know what the hell that is. With no other options, Peter tricks Carter into bringing the carnival back. Stewie's still not in the mood. Santa asks Stewie what he wants, and...
I don't care about anything except Brian. I want Brian.
Yeah, it's sad. Quick timeout. Brian died in an earlier episode called Life of Brian. Stewie destroyed his time machine and disposed of it at the dump, and Brian and him found some old hockey gear and they brought it home to play, only for a speeding car to hit Brian. The family watched as he took his last breath.
You've given me a wonderful life. I love you all.
They tried to mend the pain by getting Vinny an Italian dog. Alright, that pretty much summed it up. Back to the segment. Vinny tries his best to be Brian and nothing's working. Vinny takes Stewie to the mall to pick out a toy. Stewie spots his past self and he follows him to realize his past self time traveled to buy a toy from the future. He asks Vinny to help him distract his past self and he steals his return pad and he saves Brian from being hit by a car.
You know, a lot of other families would have just gotten a different dog and moved on.
We could never do something like that, Brian.
It was honestly a meaningful episode. Next, how the Griffin stole Christmas. The family's watching TV and Peter comes and he asks, what are they doing in the house?
All right, you guys ready for church?
Church? What are you, an idiot?
Crazy. But Peter takes the entire family sledding. Peter's too much into the spirit and he brings Lois' antique dining room table and they sled down the hill. Meg literally went through a windshield. Look at her. Stewie finds out Brian's a Christmas party creep.
Well, we have $60. Let's see what kind of Chinese pressed board garbage we can get to replace my grandmother's priceless mahogany table.
Peter ends up taking a job as a mall Santa. Stewie follows Brian to one of those office parties and...
No, but we're not landing planes here.
Our company manufactures aircraft landing gear systems.
Yep,
Yeah, poor Brian. Peter finds out he can get free stuff for being Santa.
I got a free burrito!
So, who's this Merry Christmas everybody keeps talking about?
That's very clever. I don't recognize you. Which department are you in?
Well, right now I'm in boob assessment.
Ew.
Brian strikes out again, but what else is new? Stewie stirs up some drama to get the party going.
Mr. Redmayne, I don't know who you are, but I've been in charge of this office for 16 years.
Sad.
He gets hired on the spot to the actual company. Meanwhile, Peter goes to a strip club to buy spaghetti, which sounds awful.
Ah, bitch!
The real Santa Claus tells Peter to stop impersonating him or else, and Peter could care less. So Santa put his plans into motion. He sends Joe over to take Peter to Build-A-Bear, and Peter is pissed. Like, it's not like you can't just not go, right? So to get back at Santa, he replaced one of his reindeer with a regular one.
You know, I think this year is gonna be the best.
Yay, free horse!
Chris is so dumb. Santa gets back at Peter again by gifting him a box of all of Meg's farts, which is impossible.
This is impossible, right?
Stewie hates his job and he gives everyone at work a bonus. And Santa beats the hell out of Peter until he gave up wanting to be Santa. Next is Don't Be a Dickens at Christmas, an episode based on a classic tale, A Christmas Carol. Peter gets to come home early from work and the family's decorating for Christmas. Brian thinks it's a good idea to sign the family up to volunteer at the homeless shelter.
I think that's actually a wonderful idea, Brian. It'll be good for the kids. Nothing reminds you more of what you have than watching a grown man poo right through the split in his pants.
They spot Peter driving by and he splashes mud on the family.
The clam's on the other side of town. He went out of his way to do this.
Honestly, are you even surprised, Stewie? Peter's at the clam and everyone has plans for Christmas and he's trying to leave before the carolers come in.
Have you heard the story that they're telling about Bethlehem? Have you heard the story of the Jesus child?
Too late. Peter finally comes home and he's ready to relax, but Lois asks him to do a ridiculous amount of chores, like literally. She asks him to do a lot of dumb stuff.
Then it's just laundry, take out the trash, and move the house a little bit to the left.
How does one move a whole house by himself? Get real, Lois. Lois is pissed and takes the kids and she goes to her parents' house for Christmas just to get away from Peter. While he's gone, he dozes off and the ghost of Patrick Swayze visits him and he attempts to help get Peter back in the Christmas spirit. He first visits his past self and discovers how happy he is. Then he shows him the present day.
Daddy, you missed Santa. He was right here.
They're wrong for that.
Blah, 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 blah.
Wow. Patrick takes Peter to the Pewtersmiths and sees that they're having a blast without him. And Lois is flirting in front of her family and no one is questioning it.
You're very funny, Lance.
Subtle.
Have you heard the story that they're telling about Bethlehem? Have you heard the story of the Jesus child?
Damn it, Joe. He then shows Peter what happens if Peter doesn't do the right thing and he goes to Newport to be with his family. Lois remarries and he dies. Peter's haunted by his ghost self. He's reincarnated as a dog fart.
Please, Peter, don't lose your Christmas spirit. This is no life for a person.
Peter rushes to the Pewtersmiths and he hands out gifts. He even bought Meg something. The episode ends with Peter and Patrick Swayze dancing and everyone is confused because they don't see Patrick. It's just Peter being an idiot. Next is the first Noel. Lois is bringing the Christmas decorations down the stairs.
That looks heavy.
Peter's an ass. Lois tells them that she would like them to help out this year and she's sick of doing everything herself. She gives them a list and they go to the strip mall. Peter gets his identity stolen.
Hello? Yes, this is Peter Griffin. Not anymore? Well, thanks for telling me.
Then they go to the greeting card store to let out farts, and of course Meg blows it, literally.
Miss.
They go back home and Lois is pissed because they do not have anything on her list. Peter leaves out to get a tree and he falls asleep in the car. Lois of course passes out and says she's leaving the Cabo, but in reality she's just going to a motel.
I am packing my bags and I'm out of here.
You're getting divorced?
Look how quick Quagmire came over, like bro, you are not real. With Lois gone, they have to try to figure it out.
All right, everybody go outside and kneel face first in front of Daddy's big pre-dug hole.
So instead of figuring it out like an adult, you plan to kill the kids. Wow, bro. Peter's hanging up the Christmas decorations, but the real question is, how did Joe hang up his Christmas lights? Peter and the family enjoy their time without Lois, and Lois is not having it. Oh, it's a Lois episode. Fun.
I must stop Christmas.
Lois breaks into her own home and washes the dishes and goes grocery shopping. Then she mops, does laundry. Now she's ready to steal Christmas. It's Christmas morning and they're shocked at the scene.
Buddy, kneel in the backyard in front of Daddy's big pre-dug hole.
Peter, why is that your answer to this situation?
Welcome back, Lois. I cleaned and got groceries.
You literally did not. She hoped they were gonna say they needed her and they have a gift for her instead, and it's a special card and a pottery bowl. She was so happy.
Lois's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Never seen anything like it.
Next is Christmas crime. Stewie sees a commercial for a Chinese stuffed animal he wants and Brian shoots it down.
Chris, can you please put the dog out?
Yes, sir.
I mean, he could just twist the doorknob, but okay. They go to the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Brian's upset at the religious nativity scene as usual. Joe and Quagmire argue over Life is a Highway being a Christmas song, which it isn't. Brian thinks Christmas is a cash grab. He tells them he also hates carolers.
No, that's what I mean. I do not get me started. Trust me, you will be here all night.
He couldn't come up with one thing.
What kind of name is Blitzen anyway? What is that? It's not a name. It's a football.
I mean, I'm with you too, but you're driving intoxicated. He crashed into the nativity scene and puts it in his car and parks it at Spirit Airlines, and I'm sure you guys get the joke. It's the next day and Stewie finds out he's lying, and Stewie comes up with the plan.
And start a new life together. What? What are you talking? Look, we could buy a house in Cincinnati for $43,000.
Stewie, I'm not leaving town. Wait, what, seriously?
But it's Ohio. Mayor West asks Brian to tag along with him to figure out what happened. Mayor West cancels Christmas in Quahog and Stewie is pissed. So, he tips off Mayor West and he finds out Brian hit the nativity scene.
No way! No way! You didn't even hide the evidence?
He has a point.
Why are we not leading with drunk driving?
Again, has a point. Brian's in jail and he sees everyone spending time together. He then realizes he loves Christmas and Mayor West releases him from jail.
But first, there's something I've got to do.
Huh?
It's like he killed him all over again.
Last, a very special Family Guy freaking Christmas. I kid you not, that's the whole title. It's an earlier episode, so the animation is pretty funny.
Oop, broke my hip.
They're at the Christmas tree lighting and Lois is loving it.
Hey, I'm on vacation! Happy birthday, Jesus!
Vintage Peter. Peter steals his neighbor's tree and they have to go to Joe and Bonnie's for eggnog. I honestly forgot Bonnie was pregnant still. Like, she's been pregnant for like 10 seasons. Bonnie mentions that Joe hates Christmas due to his accident, but we all know what really happened. Quagmire in Cleveland shows up and he takes it as his way of escape, and Joe tags along and he is pissed. Stewie ends up scared of Santa. He dreams of him breaking in and he wakes up.
Stewie, go to sleep.
This doesn't involve you, Lewis!
I don't want to have to come in there.
I don't want to have to come in there!
Peter finds out he accidentally gave all the family gifts away to another family. He and Brian tries to get it back, but
Dang it, Buck, it's my turn to use the sex box.
It's my sex box.
Yeah, they go ahead and keep that. He tells Lois, and Lois isn't actually upset. She looked at it as Peter helping another family. Lois and Peter have to go to the mall to rebuy gifts. She tells Brian to take the turkey out the oven at 3.
Screw this.
Wow, I've been parking all wrong. Brian accidentally sets the living room on fire and burns the turkey. And Peter fights an old lady over barrettes. And she outsmarts Peter and gets him attacked by fish. They go home and Lois tries her best to keep it together until there are no paper towels.
No paper towels!
Yeah, she just spazzed out from there.
You can all ride a one-horse open sleigh to hell!
She just turns into Bully Maguire and sets Frosty on fire. The family goes to the pageant and puts on the pageant with Stewie playing Jesus so that maybe it'll calm down Lois. Lois is happy and they shoot her anyway with a sedative. They're opening gifts and Lois is completely out of it. And that's gonna do it. And from Toon Theories,
we wish you Christmas joy.
May all your wishes now come true.
For every girl and boy.
We hope your freaking holidays are filled with fun and cheer. So have a Merry Christmas and...
what Lois said.